Morning, y'all. Saturday morning. I'm sitting here looking at the sunrise and praying and thinking about the Lord and drinking my coffee with Jesus. And I was just thinking about this phrase that we all know. Perspective is everything, right? Perspective is everything. How we view things, it can be changing. It can change relationships, it can change jobs, it can change outcomes. It can change the way we find joy, the way we avoid fear and anxiety. But perspective is everything. You know, I think one of the things we struggle with as human beings is being able to see things from other people's point of view. We get very wrapped up in the way we think and the way we view life, and we get wrapped up in our own perspective. And so we can become a little self-focused. I think about the words of John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believed in him would not perish but find eternal life. I think about that from the idea of perspective. What does that mean from the idea of perspective? Well, God looked at us, loved us so much, and said, I want to see the world from their perspective. You ever think about that? That the God of the universe loves us so much that he wants to see things the way that we see them, to understand life from the way that, so he came in the form of Christ to get our perspective on this earth. That's love. Love is being willing to see things from somebody else's perspective so that you can understand them better, so that you can love them better. You can understand their needs and their hearts a little bit better. I heard this phrase recently that I've just been thinking about a lot, and it says, the difference between Christianity and all the other religions of the world is this. All the other religions of the world are man's pursuit of God. Christianity is God's pursuit of man. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son. Meaning, he came down to earth to get our perspective on life. And to see our absolute need for him. You know, if you ever struggle to find a reason to give gratitude or think, what can I do to love God better? Think about that. That no matter what else happens, God wanted your perspective on life. So he came down to know what it's like to hurt, to feel, to see the world from a human perspective. That's love, is being willing to step outside of ourselves to see somebody else's perspective. So go do that today. Go love better by seeing other people's perspective better. All right, y'all. I love you. And if you need anything, just holler.